I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I think this is a great movie. I would recommend anyone that likes horror movies or home invasion type movies to watch this movie. Your next is a home invasion type horror film released here in America in 2013, filmed on a budget of $1 million, and it went on to make, according to Wikipedia, $26 million. And it was directed by Adam Wingard. Sorry if I said your name wrong, Adam. So, what is your next about? This family gets together in like this kind of vacation home, this big mansion type vacation home. It might be the parents' anniversary or something. I don't remember, but they get together, and while they're having dinner, one of the people sees somebody outside the window. So they go look out the window. This arrow shoots them in the head. And a bit of trivia for you: the guy that gets shot in the head is Ty West, which is a horror director himself, who did House of the Devil and The Innkeepers. And so the guy gets shot in the head. People start kind of freaking out, and then this one character starts kind of to take lead of the group, or she attempts to anyway. Her character is the one standout in this movie. She's the one that gets the most developed, and her character is kind of the big surprise of the movie. So as these attackers are trying to get into the house, there's something they didn't quite anticipate. Nobody anticipated this one thing. So what did I like about this movie? Well, one thing I liked about this movie was the music. I liked it so much that I went out and got the soundtrack for it on vinyl. And there's a lot of kind of retro sounding music on it, kind of some synth stuff. It's really good and fun. There's some interesting kills in this movie. Any kind of horror movie's got people die in it, and they do it in interesting ways in this movie. The humor in this movie is really good. It's so some people call this a dark comedy. Some of the comedies, it's pretty subtle comedy. It's not like slapstick or anything. And if you blink, you're gonna miss it. But it's really funny in moments. I like the way this movie was shot. It almost looks like it was filmed with a DSLR. And with the budget of $1 million, I'm pretty sure it was. But it has a lot of it has a very narrow depth of field, which is pretty typical with DSLR shot movies. But it looks really good. It's very, very clean and crisp. It looks a lot like The Strangers, which is another home invasion movie. The looks are very similar. And this movie's pretty much shot almost 95% at night. And just a little side note for you, one of my dreams is to make my own slasher movie. And the main person, was in my film, I wanted them to wear like a rabbit mask. So now having seen this, I see that it can look quite cool if it's done right. So what did I dislike about this movie? Like almost any other horror film, there's not a big story to it. It's as far as like the characters, they're mostly introduced just to die, just like a typical slasher movie. But there is one standout character. I don't want to say a whole lot about this, but there's a very strong female lead in this movie, and the home invaders, they kind of have a little bit of a problem. There's one thing they didn't take into consideration, but I will say later on in this movie it does take on a kind of Home Alone kind of feel to it, which is kind of funny, but it works. They make it work. They make it seem realistic. And that's another thing with this movie is it does take on a feel of realism. It seems like all this could happen. It didn't go too far out into fantasy world. So what would if I was going to give this movie a rating, 0 out of 10, what would I say? Well, I would have no problem giving this movie a solid 8 out of 10. I think it's shot very well, looks good. The acting, the actors are pretty good. There's nothing bad, nothing stand out other than like the main female lead. She goes above and beyond, I do believe. And like the home invaders, they look great. They're menacing. They're scary. There's some good tension in this movie because you do care about certain people. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. I would recommend anyone that likes horror films, slashers, home invasion movies to check this out. I think it's a nice addition to the American horror market. Thank you.